queens, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. So today we're gonna be getting rid of these terrible split ends. So today what we're going to be using is professional hair shears. This is Purple Dragon. I got it here in Nigeria. Some hair clips. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting with 3 different level of combs. The first is the really wide tooth comb, and then your brush, your detangling brush, and then your the tiniest rat tail comb. So what you want to do is that you don't want to start from using tiny combs to start combing out your hair, because then you're going to end up with more damage than you're trying to get rid of. So usually what I do is that I progress from the wide tooth comb to the tangling brush to make sure it's smooth, and then from there we progress right down to the smaller combs. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. My hair was washed 2 days ago, so it's clean. I kind of stretched it using the twisting method. I just twisted it up and then I packed it up at the back. So it's pretty much stretched, not overly stretched, but stretched enough to be able to give me what I want. And I detangled after I washed. So it's pretty much detangled, but I need to just go through it again before I trim. So you're just going to pack up the sections. Since my hair is already put up in twists, those have given me the sections I need. So you divide one twist, and you twist into 2 portions. So you take out one of those portions, just clip it away, and then the second portion you get your wide tooth comb and always start combing from the tip of your hair up to the root. Now you want to make sure you get that root, because sometimes the hair tends to clump up here, so you don't get the stretch that you need. And since I'm not using heat to stretch my hair, you really need to get in there with the comb. Okay, so after that I follow up with the detangling brush again from the ends to the root. Okay, from the ends to the root. And then lastly I go in with the rat tail comb. Now you can see all of this here. That shouldn't be happening. Like, you can see how light the ends are. And because I've been very faithful with protective styling and not over manipulating my hair, except for the past 2 months that I was doing some styling, and even then I wasn't overly combing. That's the reason why I don't have as much damage as possible. The thing with hair like mine, you have to be really careful, because sometimes you could mistaken frizz for split ends. So, but because of how much I know my hair, I understand that once it gets to the point where I have resistance at the end, then it's time to trim. Okay, so what I do is I place my hair in between these 2 fingers, and I make sure I put some tension on my strands as I do that. And this is the point that I know I have sort of an issue with, so I just slightly take that off. See? And then I get this part, put this part somewhere. Have to put it somewhere up. Okay, and then go through the process again. Wide tooth comb with the tangling brush. This is why it's important that you do some detangling before you dry out your hair, so that you don't have so much difficulty when you're trying to comb through your hair at this point. So again, we get here, You need to be very careful when you're using your hair shears. I am experienced and I am trained. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! So distressed. Wow, how did it come to this? Wow. So yeah, as I was saying, when you're using this, you need to be tray careful, like super careful, because when this goes through flesh, I mean, it just goes through it. While I was learning to use hair shears professionally, I cut through skin once or twice. So you need to be very careful when you're doing that. Okay, so now this is done and I'm satisfied. What I do is, since I had moisturized after I had a wash, I moisturized my hair. So right now I don't need to do so much because there is leave-in conditioner there, there's oil there, and there is hair butter there too. So my hair is not dry, it's not brittle in any way. So I'm just going to use my hydrating milk that I use mostly for styling. I'm just going to put that just to revive it just a little bit. Work that in. And twist it up. So we keep going. Yes, so we're gonna speed this up a little bit so you don't get bored. So it's important to emphasize that this video is actually just to show you how and to tell you why I trim, you know, at least every 7 months, especially when I have done a couple of, you know, manipulation to my hair. If my hair had been in twists like 3/4 of the time, I really wouldn't need this, but then I started doing more videos, and then the manipulation definitely took a little toll on my ends, and encouraged the splitting a little more. And I'm used to it. I'm used to doing this every 7 months. It encourages my hair to thrive. Now, it's important that you know that trimming your hair doesn't grow your hair. Okay, that's a misconception a lot of Nigerians have. It doesn't grow your hair, but what it does is that it eliminates the splitting. Split ends, when they travel upward, they get worse and worse, and then they make your hair more and more unhealthy and discourage the retention of length. Okay, so if you want to retain length, you need to get rid of split ends, because they would definitely take away the length that you're growing from the roots. So it's just counterproductive. You're growing hair from your roots, but your ends are splitting and falling off. Definitely your hair is not going to thrive, you're not going to see length, and your hair is going to be always super frizzy, except if you just have frizzy hair like me. I love my frizzy hair, by the way. So yeah, that's one thing that is important for me to tell you. Then the second thing is, I would almost always encourage you to get this done professionally. See a stylist, someone who could do this for you professionally, so that you don't wind up in trouble, you know, either cutting yourself or cutting too much of your hair, or misshaping your hair, because my hair has a natural shape. That's why you see me tending to cut kind of V-like, because my hair grows like almost a mushroom shape. So I'm tactically just in my mind still having that at the back of my mind. So when I cut, my fingers are just used to moving in that direction. But if you get this professionally done, the stylist will be able to tell what shape your hair is, especially if you're a curly girl. I mean, you need to get your hair cut professionally or by a professional, or you need to really learn the skills. This is beneficial to people who live in diaspora, or people who are in lockdown, who are in desperate need of a trim. You could manipulate this, or what I would advise is that you take a little at a time off, so that you don't take too much off your hair and then wind up with shorter hair than you desire. If you over trim your hair, there's a tendency that you would not see as much growth in your hair, because you're just taking off the part that is growing. So it would look like your hair is not growing at all, but that is not the case. You're just taking off the parts of your hair that have had some kind of length retention over the months or years. So yeah, work with your stylist, work with a professional. We do this in the salon. At my salon, we do this for clients only under consultation. After they consult, we take a look at their hair, and we are beyond convinced that their hair really needs a trim. Then we do this, or we try to stretch their trims as far as possible, especially for the clients that are very obedient to, to listen to us when we say, don't over manipulate your hair, use the right product and things like that. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video as a whole. This has actually been requested by some of my followers, so if you have any other questions, you have anything to ask, you have any questions about the tools I use, just leave a comment below and I would be glad to answer your questions. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, it means so much to me. So yeah, thank you so much for coming by. See you in my next video, and don't forget to check the other videos down below on my channel here. So bye, take care, God bless you.